Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. So this is another pre-recorded voiceover. I'm probably gonna have some China MP1 gameplay in the background, but yeah, today I wanted to kind of continue on the last video because yeah, as I mentioned, there were some things that I kind of forgot to talk about, but it's not really gonna be about them. Like, there's gonna be one thing and then another that is unrelated to Alu, but yeah, it's about a game that I already made a few videos about, a game version of Asphalt 9, you know, just dropping an hint, but yeah. The first topic is about the currents that have been nerfed long ago, in that I think it doesn't really make sense, because the thing is that I used to also grind currents, but I don't think that people nowadays really care too much about currents, because the drop rates are pretty bad. You don't even get a blueprint in 5 races, or at least most currents usually have to like do 6 races or so to drop a blueprint. Before it used to be like 4 or 5 races on an average current. Now there were some currents with higher drop rates or lower, but it doesn't really matter. And even if they reverted the nerf, I think most people already know that they have been nerfed and they don't really want to touch them anyways. But it's also because currents nowadays feature cars that aren't really useful. There are some cars that at times get featured that could be part of special events, but at most times there are some cars that are easily obtainable from the Legend Store, or they've been featured in the MP rewards. For example, the BMW, I don't really remember the name. I'll just put an image on the screen probably. It's a B-class BMW that was available in MP1 or MP2, not sure. But yeah, they don't even feature cars that are really that useful, and combined with the lower drop rate, I don't think most people play those currents, and this doesn't really make sense, because currents, as I see them, is the Gameloft's way of getting some like revenue, because currents make play if there is a current that you have that has a car and you want to try to max it, you'll have to waste time watching a lot of ads to play the current, to refill the tickets. And also it's the common trick used to fool investors into thinking that it's a profitable game, because it boosts the number of hours in the playtime. It's a trick used by many games in different forms. For Alu, it's currents. It's their way of kind of boosting that playtime number. But yeah, with the nerfed currents, I don't think most people are actually grinding them, because it's not worth it anymore. They barely drop blueprints. And the same thing happened with special ants as well. They had nerfed the number of packs from 4 to 3, which doesn't really make sense. I know special ants were pretty good, but that's the whole point, since they come out like, I don't know, 5 times a year at best. They don't really appear that often, so it makes sense that they will be something a bit different. Then again, they also give access to some higher end cars. You know, 6-star cars are pretty common to have a special ant, while there are barely any 6-star cars that get normal ants. So yeah, that's also another thing, but they nerfed them as well, and there are some special ants that I don't even think are worth playing, just because of how bad the drop rates can be. Like, even special ants can have bad drop rates. You know, for example, the one of the SGG 007, the A-class one. That one, I think it's one of the special ants with the worst drop rate ever. So that I didn't really grind a lot. The reason I have a 6-star SCG is because of the American Spotlight last year. So yeah. And also there is a problem with the cards, the way they schedule them, because back in A9 they used to just come out every week. As soon as a card would end, they will start another one. Nowadays I don't feel like that's what happens, because the last 3 or 4 days of the season there are no cards. And what that means is that if you didn't do the Legend Pass missions of the car ants, because there are like 2 or 3 missions related to the ants, if you didn't do them like at the middle of the season or whatever, if you didn't do them in time, you're not gonna be able to complete the Legend Pass. So you might be missing out on like 1 million credits about that, and the 100 tokens from completing every mission, which I'm not sure if many people actually try to get that. I used to complete the Legend Pass most of the seasons, but even when I try nowadays, if I try to do it nowadays, sometimes I just forget to do the current missions during the season, so I just can't really do them all, and that's annoying because it doesn't really make sense for why they wouldn't have another current running. Like even in A9, if there was a current that would last longer than the season, they will still put it. Like there will be a current in the last like 3 days of the season, they will put it, and it will be there in the season after for like another 3 or 4 days. Nowadays they don't do that. I don't know why they think that a current needs to end with the season. They can't have a current running from the one season to another. I don't really understand that. They did that change a while ago, and that's also what ruins a bit current, because it's just an obstacle when you try to finish the Legend Pass. It doesn't really make sense that you have a mission that you can only complete if you do it in the middle of the season. Like if you play at the last 3 or 4 days, you can't complete it because of this bad design, the way they've changed currents to be like this. And that's my complaint, another one of them. So yeah, I think this part is alright, it's done. And I wanted to mention the other thing. So this probably one of the last times you'll hear me talk about Care Game, because it's dead. They filed for bankruptcy some months ago in 2026, near the start. That's not the thing, although it sucks that it ended up like this. I think it was a cool concept, and yeah, would definitely like to see maybe make a comeback, maybe under a different name. You know, the original one won't be coming back with the owners, but that's not the point. The point is that it's about the Asphalt 9 version that was an exclusive deal with Care Game and Gameloft. So after Care Game died, like it already died in 2025, and long before that, at the very start, they stopped paying for the license. They couldn't afford it. So I'm not sure why we haven't been able to see a re-release of the premium version of A9, something like Asphalt 9 Plus. You know, even back when we discovered about Care Game, some people were calling it A9 Plus, which is true. I don't understand why we haven't seen something like that. Like, I wouldn't want it to be iOS exclusive, but that's not the thing we're talking about. I am talking about why we haven't seen the version again. Like, Care Game clearly isn't coming back. Are they waiting for another cloud gaming cloud gaming service to pay for the license or whatever. Like, what are they doing with that version? Did they delete it from their hardware, from their computers? Like, they clearly put some work into it, even if it's not much. Like, I assume that it's not impossible, like not extremely hard for them to make the version, like remove the tokens, convert everything to credits and all that. But I still think that there was some work put into that, and I don't see why we haven't seen a comeback of that version. Maybe as in an official Gameloft store, or just released by Gameloft themselves. I don't see why we haven't seen it. I keep repeating myself, by the way, but yeah, I don't understand why they are not releasing it again. It's literally free profit. I can't see how this isn't literally just free profit, because I think there are some people that would like to come back to A9, to those days, and also play the premium version, because that version of A9 was very fun. I played it. I know it's very fun. I still remember it. There was very casual as well. Like, I think many casuals will probably enjoy playing it. Although, of course, you still have to like put some credits. It's still somewhat grindy, but I think it will be appealing to most players. And I don't see why we haven't seen it again. Maybe like a €8 subscription or 5, whatever it is. They should do something with it, because even if they release it, even if there are people who really like that version, I don't think they're going to quit Halo anyways. Because one thing that I think is that they don't want to release it because they fear that people will switch from Halo to this NM Plus version, whatever it will be called. But I don't think that will be the case, because Halo still has some new cars, while that version of A9 will still be stuck in the Revolt update. I don't think they will update it anyways. So yeah, aside from fixing a few things, like there is no way of logging in, there is no Facebook login and Google login, there is no tilt to steer, and they should probably remove the Toroidon or a few cars that they lost the license for. Aside from fixing those issues, there is nothing really stopping them from releasing it. I think they still have the servers to host that version, because the servers were run by Gameloft, even when there was Care Game. It was Gameloft running the exclusive A9 version servers. So yeah, again, I would like to see it come back. I'm not talking about Care Game. It's fine, it's dead. But the version, I'm really annoyed at how they don't make use of it, even though they clearly put some work into it. And yeah, I think I repeated myself a lot. I hope that wasn't too annoying, but yeah, sometimes it just be like that. So yeah, let me know what do you think. And yeah. Oh yeah, by the way, this is recorded pretty early, so yeah, the new season hasn't started yet, so I'm not really gonna comment on it. Aside from the fact that there were patch notes from like Gauntlet, the changes, I liked some of the changes, but multiplayer rewards, they are good, but Gauntlet changes for the shop, it's still tied to an annoying mode. I don't like Gauntlet. I'll just get a few coins. I just get the coins that I need to get the absolute key, and maybe with time I'll still save some up for the blueprints and maybe some Nevera epics. But yeah, I don't think the update is amazing anyways. Like it doesn't fix the issues. Like you know, I still am of the opinion that of the when I made that video, because of course the video I made, the last video I made, I posted, I think the patch notes arrived just before I posted it, but the video I'd made before the patch notes. So yeah, just wanted to clear that up. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.